Hello everybody, we are back on Hanoon for another 1v1. Today though, it is with Mr. Randy versus Akumar. Both players are starting in the same position here, and both players are, of course, Armada. So we've got a faction of the same, like mirror, I guess is the word. And we'll see how that plays off. We have Randy starting off with a vehicle lap. His opponent is also doing the same. As we zoom out on the map, if you've not seen it before, this is generally seen as a small team map and has quite a few options for start positions. We have one in this corner here, one kind of around here where Akumar started, and then around this like double mechs. Now, Akumar's probably talking to spectator chat, which we do have turned off at the moment, as this game did have a lot of spectators, as you can see in the bottom here, a whole 12 of them, a lot of people. Now, going vehicles here makes sense if you're going to build a beaver for these C-mexes, if you do not intend to actually go into the water yourself with boats or something. So that's probably why both players have picked that. Not only that, this map is mostly flat, so there's not really a need to go for bots, as the only kind of like high ground is this bit here, and then the bit in the corner over here, which is not really the biggest deal in the world. So yeah, it makes sense to go that, and like we mentioned as well, the amphibious tank and the amphibious constructor as well. Now, Akumar is chasing down the scouts of Randy and has actually managed to get a couple through of his own, but both players reacting very quickly with scouts here in an attempt to block any early raiding. Now, another thing we haven't really looked at is this water section here is, you can just see the rovers are just above it with their little turret. So subs, I think, can pass through here, but they are kind of exposed. But Tech 2 ships, if I remember correctly, especially things like the battleship, aren't able to pass through this water. Not that I expect players really to be investing in Tech 2C on a map like this, but we'll see. Randy is able to push off Akumar's scouts with relative ease here. He does have kind of a scout number advantage, at least for the moment. Randy moving his comm here into a position that kind of blocks off the forces of Akumar so that he can't walk by. The comm would make very short work of all these scouts, so it's not really that big a deal. And with LLT starting to go down, these scouts are going to become less and less viable. We're going to see both players here probably start to transition away from scouts. Akumar, though, grouping all his scouts up into a ball in the attempt to just push through the enemy. Looks like a little bit of hesitation here as Randy is trying to block off this push, but all it takes is one misplacement. And Akumar, is through, isn't through, because Randy is just repositioning. Akumar making use of this blind spot now, goes round the opposite direction, but with scouts are so quick, I don't know if this is going to actually accomplish much. Oh, but they managed to find a hole, takes out the front radar. Self-destruct gets a couple of the scouts. Second self-destruct gets a couple more. That was a good spot there by Akumar, managing to get at least those two. Well, I guess you could say he got two metal extractors. Technically, there were self-destructions, but still. Randy is able to defend his constructor to the north. More metal extractors do get taken out, though. Oh, he's able to get the last one there as Randy not focusing on those scouts. And that scout is continuing to go. See Akumar queuing up move orders here. Does get the radar. I'll be surprised if he gets this metal extractor as well. Close, but no cigar. Meanwhile, Randy attempts a bit of a pushback as well, but this one scout that's left will get dealt with very quickly. Now, these LLTs should stop new scouts moving through, but we're about to see how much one LLT can deal with as Akumar tries another brute force attempt here. Only taking out 3 as they manage to get by with still 12 of them left. Rushing to get an LLT built in base. It does manage to get built, but they still keep going. And as they get round the back of the base, inflicting a bit of damage here, they take out a metal extractor. And finally getting mopped up. So some good damage by Akumar. You know, we can see that Randy is down 4 metal extractors right now. And, you know, he's not been able to inflict the same amount of damage to Akumar either. So, yeah, not a good start for Randy. Although, what we do see is Akumar now just investing more and more into scouts. As we select the base here, we just see more and more scouts being built here. And I think once Randy gets enough LLTs on the front, the scouts that he's building are going to be pretty useless. We do see some pincers being built here, though. Although Randy is already prepping some shore-based LLTs here to kind of stop that in case it does happen. It's interesting to see that Randy building all of these solars here. If he built them like at the back here, they'd be like a lot safer than building them right next to the shore. But I guess the thing is also you're trying to limit movement options for your opponent whilst also being in build range of this con turret here. Because where else are you going to build them that's within range of the factory and the geo? Other than building his con turret over here would have been the only other option, but still. And we see Randy with the first sea-based constructor here, with plenty of metal extractors to be had here. An additional 5 metal extractors with, well, 6 if you include that one. And both players actually building 2 pincers at the same time. And we see Akumar getting one up. They're actually very close on timings, to be honest with you. You can see Akumar's beaver only just arriving now, whereas Randy's has just finished. Both players with very, very similar plays here. Akumar's pincers going to the exact same place as we see Randy's ones. It's almost like they communicated exactly what they were going to do with each other. And air now being built, a bunch of gunships, which makes sense when you think about it, because look at how many open metal extractors there are right now. Just free for the taking. And it does look like Akumar will be able to chase down this constructor if it keeps going. Oh, especially if Randy turns it around. Oof, needed like one more bit of health and it would have survived. He may have been hoping to try and buy some time for these LLTs to be built. Heat of the pincer manages to work out. And very well defended there by Randy. But what he's not expecting is the unexpected air raid. And in come the gunships. Randy not reacting to it just yet. He's trying to build an air lab of his own. Trying to build AA. Trying to build whistlers here. Now he's rushing to get AA built as quick as possible. But he's going to lose a lot of metal extractors here, I think. Some whistlers are up and running. 3 of them so far with base AA as well. But in this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 metal extractors destroyed, plus 1 con up here, and potentially be a second one by the looks of it. Bear in mind that Randy has no res spots here, so all of those dead units are dead. But at the same time, Randy has managed to make it through with his own pincers. So far killing 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 metal extractors. I don't know if those were built. By the looks of it, maybe not because of the cons just there. And this is all due to the fact that Akumar has decided now is the time to go Tech 2. And we can see here the Tech 2 factory has been built right at the front of the kind of base. And some pincers are attempting to come out of the sea here for Randy to take on the base of Akumar. But there are plenty of LLTs here. Don't quite know if these guys are going to make it through. They do take out 1 LLT, but just shutting down the power here as it drives by. Scout Swarm is enough to deal with this other pincer. But still, both players, they're losing quite a lot when it comes to metal extractors. And as really bad timing is that Akumar decides to go Tech 2. Randy going Tech 2 as well. Very, very similar timings here. Both players losing pretty much, well, substantial chunk of their metal extractors. Big difference we see here, though, is Randy is air transporting con turrets from his main base, well, was his main base, to his front line here, moving that build power across. Neither player really lost any energy production. And Randy is doing a decent job of rebuilding pretty quickly here. Akumar actually is doing equally as well. Pushing out pretty quickly. Biggest thing here is this advanced geo is up and running. Now there is a pincer here that could do some damage, but with the amount of build turrets there, I think they'd be able to out heal the damage a single pincer could do. And not only that, there's an LLT there now. What's funny is a lot of these metal extractors that Akumar have built in the sea here are not running. Well, that one and that one won't run. And then the same goes for Randy here with this one not running. When you select the player, they don't know that that exists. They know that this exists now, but so now we have a difference in choices here. So we have a Prude being built at the front here by Randy, which is a smart move considering you built your, your Tech 2 factory right next to it. But Bulls coming out from Randy, and for Akumar we have Mausers. Not only that, but for Akumar, an AGO positioned right next to his Tech 2 factory. Because what could possibly go wrong with placing something extremely explosive right next to your main production? I mean, definitely nothing would go wrong there. No. Vince got eaten by the consoles. It's quite funny. Both players are very much just kind of teching up right now. A couple of Mausers may not have been the wrong choice here. If he continues doing it, he will just like slowly pressure Randy here into doing something. And the something is Randy is returning the favor with his own Mausers. This is almost a like-for-like fight here, with the exception that Randy has some blitzes which are unable to shoot when in that water. Blitzes only get a single Mauser though, but a blitz does, a bull does die. No, make that 2 Mausers and a bull for a bunch of blitzes. Not necessarily a bad trade. Although this is quite funny. This beaver's just built an LLT and it's just denying these metal extractors at the top. And there's nothing Randy can do about it. Other than he could maybe build his own LLT or maybe a torpedo defense that would kill this guy. But instead, he's just going to lose metal extractors. He is sending whistlers there, but I mean, what's that going to do? It's not going to kill the thing that's making it. Let's look at the bases quickly as we do our once over. So Tech 2 metal extractors just being finished in Randy's base. He's built the solars here in a defensive position around this kind of stuff. He is still open to, I would say open to bombing, but not really anymore. Both Akumar and Randy open to Tech 2C attack though, as in from amphibious tanks. Although people generally don't like the turtle as it's a bit pants. But yeah, I mean, both players also having a lot of solar means that they could eat it if they need the metal, as we see Randy doing here, and getting that energy up from fusions or the like. On the opposite side, we see, oh, this beamer actually made land instead, and not beaver made land instead and actually built a LLTs doing the same thing. That's quite funny. Oh no. Oh no, whistlers. They don't see it. Because they don't see it, they don't know how to shoot it, because there's no radar over there. Oh, that's funny. Oh wow, okay. Akumar has basically almost bypassed the entirety of the Tech 2 step here and is just going straight for Tech 3. 2 fusions. He's also got a pop-up artillery here already in position with lots of walls defending it. Pretty much covers the entirety of the front line here. And Akumar is purely able to do this because neither player is being aggressive here. They are both playing it very, very safe. Neither one wanting to engage. And Akumar has just decided, well, if you're not going to attack me, I'm just going to build up and build Tech 3. Randy, however, prepping for scout spam by the looks of it, and is investing into a lot of Tech 2 units. He has 13 bulls. Randy unwittingly seems to have found the beaver, but still hasn't managed to deal with those LLTs, so he is down 2 metal points. Although Randy does have most of the C at this point, so most of the C-maxes are under his control, so he does have a bit of advantage when it comes to metal extractors, although they're not Tech 2, which is where you're seeing the metal discrepancy between Akumar and Randy right now. You look in his base that most of these metal extractors are all Tech 1, whereas all of these, if not most of them, are Tech 2. And here comes the push. Randy deciding to go in with his bulls here. At the same time, he will have just seen Tech 3 unit detected, as the Marauders are here to make a stop to this push. Will it be enough though? Akumar's commander goes forward here to D-gun. 2 with 1 D-gun, and the Marauders come in to block the shots of the bulls here. Several Marauders already destroyed though. And Randy did a decent job at splitting his tanks here. They are able to get some damage, at least, with the scouts rushing in. Akumar's commander really low health, 7%.
Destroyed.
And 1 stray shot manages to get Akumar's comm, and that's it. Wow, okay. That was very, very sudden. Akumar just kind of greeded a little bit too much there, and I mean, Randy only just had enough. You can see 2 more bulls only just made it onto ground, but if if that would have survived, I don't know. It was very, very close. Well, hope you enjoyed this quite quick game there, even though it went to tech free. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.